My video cut off from the other one, but we're gonna talk about the warfare. Dude, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just me, but like, yo, like some people are cool, right? You get around them, they're doing their thing, you can feel their energy, it's chill, it's peaceful. You don't get that weird, murky sense around them. But other times, bro, like I be stepping into like environments and shit, and like, pardon my French, and it's like, dude, the energy just be off, bro. And it's almost like they make it a point to like go out of their way to make you feel some type of way, like intimidated or like unease. You know what I mean? It's like they try to like grab that energy and pour it into you, and now you're carrying their energy that they can't seem to transmute or get rid of. All this to say, like, you just make sure your energy's good, man, and make sure you're on top, because there's a lot of like weird, funky energy stuff going on right now through people, and it's like there's times where like I'll literally feel the pushback on me in certain places to where like I have to go, like I can't stay there. It's too much, and then they'll come around and like it's like they try to soak in your good energy, and it's like I don't mind like sharing because it's not mine, it's his to give, but it's like you can't like use me as your battery source, bro. Like you gotta learn to cultivate that good energy in yourself, and the process is gruesome because it's almost like you gotta like self-examine and challenge yourself every day. You know what I mean? The good, the bad, and the ugly parts of ourselves. To be able to look at that, acknowledge it, and do our best to, clip it. But I'm just saying, like, be careful, man, because like people are not the same anymore, bro. And I've been noticing the shift and changes in the behaviors. Like, I'm not talking about the people themselves, bro. I'm talking about like the energy and the behaviors that they're carrying. Because you got positive energy and you got negative energy. And if you're feeling one more than the other, you're going to embody and radiate that specific energy or frequency. You know what I'm saying? Like, light and dark do not mix or blend. That's why there's pushbacks and fights and friction between energies, because it's like you just don't mesh, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, trust your gut, trust your energy, bro. Like, if you feel like people are weird and they're projecting that, like you gotta like see it for what it is. Don't get mad at it, because it can be frustrating, dude. It really can. And sometimes it's so subtle that before you know it, you're already like in their energy. You're already irritated. You're already acting out in that. And we got to learn to just like separate our own energetic signature versus theirs. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, they'll try to like steal your good energy so that they're filled with it, right? But now you're filled with their shitty energy. But here's the thing about that, right? Because they cannot create their own energy and sustain that for themselves, and they have to take others, it'll burn off and run out. So yeah, they'll feel good for a minute, they'll get that good high, but just as soon as they get that, they got to go back and get more. You see what I'm saying? Whereas you could rob my energy and I might feel like shit for a minute, but eventually the Father will come back and sustain me with that good energy, because it's his energy, not mine. And it's the truth, bro. You know? So I came out here in nature to tap in, give thanks and praise to the Father, Abba Yah, and to have him just show me things, man. To reveal things to me. truth, gave me clarity, honesty, wisdom, and the strength to pull through and make those changes and to continue to battle against these wicked spirits, man, because these last few weeks, man, like, he's been blessing me in all sorts of manners, but at the same time, like, he's been on me, bro. Yah's been on me, the enemy's been on me, and it's like, I was getting so frustrated and mad, dude, instead of just, like, you know, acknowledging that, like, there's things that I need to, like, get rid of. If I don't get rid of these things, they'll become hindrances, and the warfare will only get that much more intense. But you see, once you get rid of those things, or at least try to, Jehovah comes in and he removes those things so that more of him can be in you to sustain you throughout the day and stuff and the battles. I know I'm not the only one, bro. It's hard, bro. I guess the most hard part is like not like taking it personal and not absorbing the energy blasts, because that's what it is. Like, the projections that they project, it's like getting shot with a fucking energy gun. Pardon my French. It's like getting shot with an energy gun. So it's like, you're filled with that energy now, and you gotta like work through it or give it to him to like remove it or transmute it. You know what I mean? Everything's energy. Everything has its own unique signature that they're emitting. So this is real knowledge, man. And the elites know this stuff. They use weapons and stuff against us. Like, the way I see it is like, spiritual warfare really be spiritual warfare. It starts in the spiritual realm and then it manifests physically. But in my mind, it's like, you got spiritual dark forces, right, that are running the governments on Earth. And in my mind, they are using like technologies that we don't have no comprehension of against us, or mostly like people that have eyes to see and ears to hear. You feel me? So in my mind, like, the war isn't against even us, bro. Even though we're Yah's kids, light kids, spiritual kids, children of the light. That's a real thing, scientifically, spiritually, and physically, bro. All of it. And they're using technologies to oppress us because of the fact that, like, when we're in the Father, like, the power that we get to carry is like Superman, bro. Like, dude, you have no idea, man. And in my mind, I'm like, that's why they attack us so hard, because they're trying to like make it seem like you're crazy. You're seeing things and your mind is putting you in these fake scenarios. And in my mind, I'm like, no, bro. Jehovah and Yeshua gave me eyes to see and ears to hear and spiritual discernment. So when I hear or see and feel these frequencies coming off of these individuals, and I can feel them making me feel nervous, it ain't like, in my mind, it ain't necessarily like the individuals themselves. Sometimes it is, though. But in my mind, like, they're just not like tapped in. Because if they were tapped in, they wouldn't be behaving that way and they wouldn't be emitting that kind of frequency. The environment sometimes tries to fight back, bro. But we're stronger than that in him. So in my mind, it's like, the only real things that truly are tangible and exist is the energy and frequency of peace, love, and joy. And then everything else that's not that is of the devil, bro. And not only of the devil, but it's like, because you got positive and negative, right? But if you're clicked into too much of one, you become that, right? Because love is the harmony of positive and negative. It creates unity, harmony, harmonization. It's love. Love is all things, unison. But if you're tapped into negative energy, you're not tapped into the Father's love. Now you're tapped into bitterness, wrath, rage, hate. You can't let go of those lower attributes, energies. characteristics, which are manifested through that energy of those frequencies. So in my mind, I believe like the word is the word, bro. That Yeshua is who he says he is. He is the Aleph and the Tav, the beginning and the end. Everything began with him and everything ends with him, because he is the light waves, the frequencies, the codes, the spoken word. Dude, the scriptures are the codes, the spoken word, because they're not just letters and frequencies, brother, but they're also numbers. And we know that divine mathematics is a thing, bro, because all things in the universe was created according to its divine structure and mathematics, according to his mind, structure, and imagination, his wisdom and knowledge, because it's not our own. Higher wisdom, higher mind, higher knowledge. Abba, Yehovah, Eloheinu, Malek HaOlam. You see what I'm saying? All things come from the Father. He is Aleph, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. It's also number 1, which symbolizes unity. Aleph is, what is it? It's mighty, most high power. There we go. The most high power or strength. Most high power's strength. Mighty one. Aleph, which is the ox head in the Hebrew Aleph Bet. It also means 1,000. You see, bro, like there's a way that we can battle against the spirits that are antagonizing us through Yehovah, Yeshua, and the Word in our studies, and just having our focus and mind on Him and the Word, meditating on Him and His Word all day, every day. If it ain't the things of Yah, we must get rid of, because they won't produce the fruit that we need or the fruit that He wants us to produce. Yeah, man, it's been a rough battle. I'm so grateful, man. I feel so good right now with Him in nature, natural, away from the chaos of the cities, bro. Like I really don't like media, and I really don't like the TVs and the movies and like the city shit, because it's like it's almost like they programmed us to be in survival mode, but to be in conflict with one another. And it's like in my mind, like, no, bro, we're supposed to be working with one another, not using each other, but, you know, collaborating. Every one of us has a beautiful trait and skill that can be used however way we want to use them, bro. Where it doesn't have to lead to violence and fucking pillaging and all that stupid stuff. Like, that's stupid shit, bro. If you get off on like animosity and anger and violence, like that's just like a manifestation of a being that isn't tapped into his true divine essence and nature. You understand me? Man is not separate from his creator. Let that sink in. But the positive energy that the Father gives us is so empowering. It strengthens us. The love. It's like a fire, electricity. It binds all things. It holds all things like water. You see? Elohim doesn't have a form, but he's like water because he's in all things. You feel me? Everything you see is just the manifestation of the spoken word and his imagination in forward motion. And that's why I'm saying, like, Yehovah is the Father. He's like the consciousness and the universal mind. And then Yeshua is a manifestation of Yehovah, but he is also the light and the forward motion of Yehovah's direct intent and will, which manifested everything you see through the spoken word. And I really believe it is the Hebrew letters. That's only my personal belief. But through that, the sounds and the frequencies and the energy and vibrations all came together and formed the physical reality that we're seeing right now. It's all connected to those words, that energy and the frequencies that those words are vibrating and emitting through Yehovah, the Father. Now let that sink in. And those words are in you. They're encoded in you, in your DNA, and in your spirit, your structure, your genetic structure, dude. That's so cool, huh? Neshama, the breath of life. Ruach, wind, energy, breath. And when you look at it, air and wind is almost like the manifestation or the physical manifestation of like the non-physicalness of Jehovah in his essence, his consciousness, his being, his heart and mind, right? And the two are one. So, you know, I mean, dude, look at this. It don't get any better than this, bro. But it does. But we're not in the city, and notice how it's more quiet. Even the energy out here is starting to simmer down.